Hello there, my name is Aaron and I'm a non-professional scratch builder who makes things out of old toys and everyday junk. And look at this beauty, it's a Nerf gun, got it for under €10 and I think I'm going to make a spaceship out of this. It would be rude of me not to try this Nerf gun before I dismantle it, so here we go, press that, nope, I should have put more than one bullet in. Yeah, here we go. Ow! After spending the good half of the evening getting the missile dislodged out of my left nostril, I find myself back in my man cave, staring at the now dismantled Nerf gun that gave 5 seconds of joy, then 8 hours of pain. A bit like Christmas Day when you have to go to your nan's house instead of playing on your shiny new Xbox. But that story can wait for another day. Let's start scratching this build. Firstly, let's get all the bits into a tub so I can put them away and never find them again. For now, I just need the main body of Mr. Nerf gun here. I'm going to precariously cut away all the raised lettering. Hang on, I best skip this just in case anyone watching is of a nervous disposition. The way I'm hacking at this is terrible. Okay, once that's all done, let's make 2 become 1. Trademark Spice Girls. For this build, I'm going to use some plasticard or styrene. If you can't get hold of that, then butter containers will do the trick just as good. The other half recycles our butter containers before I get to them, hence why I'm using plasticard. I'm cutting the plasticard down into strips to cover over the butcher's job I did removing the letters on the side of the gun. For the main wing that's going to fit underneath the Nerf gun, one big strip of plasticard with an almost identical pattern either side. I should learn to use a ruler. My first idea to glue this wing to the bottom of the Nerf gun was to use magnets, but you'll see later on down the line that I had to scrap that idea. But this gave me another idea to have open wings, which you've probably seen in the banner. So I continued with the magnets for now. I glued magnets to the underside of the Nerf gun and they slotted onto the magnets on the wing perfectly. I know, my genius mind holds no bounds. Now for the top wings, I wanted it to be totally different and I wanted them to be removable as well, so I'm going to use magnets for this, but it's just to try and work out how to raise these wings from the bottom wings. A quick trip to the shop and I've got 2 small sweet containers. One either side will help solve the wing elevation. Now, in a previous build, I sampled this sour sweet sherbet stuff inside this, and I'm not doing it again. Seriously, I'm not doing it again. I make some more holes around the barrel before gluing the containers either side of the wing. I found this piping from Amazon, it was cheap as chips, and I thought it would look cool coming out of the containers and going into the ship. Then I test fitted my top wing to see if my bad calculations had worked, and well, bloody hell, it does work. Not wanting to waste anything, the plastic ring pull from the sherbet container is added to the build. Okay, so next problem was the Force. No, not the Jedi. It was pushing, the tubing was pushing the body of the ship off the magnets, so I had to glue down the bottom of the ship to make it stable. Using bits from the Nerf gun, I began bulking out both wings. If you can see, I'm holding 2 triangle things in my hand. I've no idea where these came from, but god damn it, they're getting added to the build. I'll use some off-cut plasticard just to cover the gaps, and then some knockoff Gundam parts I cut down and stuck to the ship to cover more gaps. A bag of ping pong balls I want to use as I like the shape and makes the ship look a little different. They also fit perfectly in the gaps, which make hiding seams easier for me. A couple of wall plugs pulled from the bathroom wall are added. The bottom half of a dino toy container is repurposed as landing gear for the ship. Oh look, it's code word time! If you're leaving a comment, put this at the start so I know you got this far before passing out. Also, please like and subscribe, it really helps the channel. And the code word is... Now, I bought this on Amazon and I was surprised because I thought it was €20 for one. Nope, €20 for two. Result: I'm going to use the main body of the car on my spaceship. I stuck the car body into place and decided to show the front end some love, so nibbled down some old tank bits and stuck them on. I do like randomly putting kitbashing parts onto spaceships. Now I had an idea in my head about what to do with these car parts, but didn't know how I was going to execute it, so for now I'm just going to paint the insides of them black, because later down the line, when I no doubt add more stuff to this, it's probably going to be harder for me to paint the inside. I chucked in the headrests from the cars onto this build. I'm going to cut down the plastic bullets from the Nerf gun and put them into the barrel to make it look like an engine. Don't worry, I didn't use the one that was dislodged from my left nostril. That had bogies on it, so it wasn't very pleasant. And googly eyes are added to the front of the bullets just to, I don't know, round them up. More random tank bits are trimmed down, thrown away or added to this build. Mainly added because it's a bit like when you eat Pringles. You eat one, then you gotta eat another, then another, then another. You know, you get the idea. And just a disclaimer here, I don't eat plastic. I eat Pringles, but I don't eat plastic. Anyway, let's move on. Now the bonnet from the car is put into place to look like some kind of air brake. I wanted the hull to be exposed so you could see a little of the piping I'll add later to make it look like it's coming from the engine. I know, I did think about this. I think it was all of 30 seconds that I gave it the idea. And once the last bonnet is on, it's, well, almost finished. It just needs some little bits and pieces, but I'll do them after I've painted it. So let's just have a quick look. I hate this bit and love it as well because the build is almost done, but then I'm thinking, how the hell am I going to paint it and what colour? But before I paint it, I noticed it didn't have any weapons on it. So these are the innards from some spray bottles that I'm just going to chop down. I cut out a little incision just there so it would sort of sit straight when it was stuck onto the wing. And then glued that down. Also, I added some more. That is from a junk box. That is from like Lego, which I thought would be like a satellite dish or something. I don't know, making it all up. Now it's ready for the priming, so I'm going to take it outside, get it primed, and then bring it back to the bench. Because I'm always forgetting to recharge my airbrush, I bought a second. This one is called a Fairy Oxygen Injection Instrument. Don't ask me. But it was only €16, so God knows how much that will translate into pounds or dollars. And the bloody thing works as well. I didn't have any hope for it, but it's a nice little pressure, and for me, who's a non-professional, it works wonders. And I'm just spraying the engines from the cars with some of that colour changing paint. It's the airbrush paint. I have tried it with diluted sort of acrylic paint. It doesn't work as well. As long as you put in the airbrush paint in, it works wonders. And I tell you what, I like it. And for legal reasons, I am not being sponsored by any of these people that I've just mentioned. So because I want this to be like the dropship from the film Aliens, this is what the army come down in onto the planet, I'm going to do it sort of like a World War II greenish grey. I really don't know. All I know is I thought it looked quite cool. For the main body, I'm going to go two-tone because it's time to sort of mix it up a little bit with my painting, because I'm kind of boring and don't like a lot of different colours. But I'm going to do half and half, and you'll see what I mean. Well, you've already seen because you've watched it, you've looked at it in the banner. Let's move on. So the top part is going to be sort of like a sandy sort of yellow, darker than a yellow, but sandy. And then I'm just going to go in with some black just to black out the tubing on the wings. I figured if this was a badass marine airship, it needed a go faster stripe, so that's what I did. Either wing gets a yellow go faster stripe. I obviously let the paint dry before pulling off the masking tape, and there is the go faster stripe with some paint spillage. No worry, I can touch that up with some weathering powder shortly. A little dry brush of silver for the laser cannons, or the pew pew guns as I often call them. Then I just went round with some panel liner and some black wash, and then some weathering powders just to make it a little bit dirty and lived in. And that's how I built my alien dropship. Next is the glamour shots, so all that's left for me to say is thanks very much for watching. If you like what you saw and you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. It's free, never costs you any money, and smash that like button. Not literally, just press the like button because it helps with the YouTube algorithm. And until next time, keep scratching that build, everybody. Thanks for watching.